Good morning. Good morning. Lovely to see your faces. um, it's just on 9:30. If you have a bolster, you can grab that and just pop that on your mat. So I thought we might start off in Supta Baddha Konasana. So lying with the bolster lengthways under the spine and soles of the feet together, knees out wide. If you don't have a bolster, that's fine. You can do this pose without the bolster, or you could even grab a pillow or a rolled up blanket, and you can have the soles of the feet together, or if you prefer, just stretch the legs out. So lots of different options to start, but we are going to recline to begin. So either with a bolster or without. You can cover yourselves with a blanket if you're feeling a little bit cold this morning. You might like to pop glasses off just for the moment. And we might begin by sighing the breath away 2 or 3 times, letting go of the morning, last night, and yesterday. Just taking these first few moments to let everything settle. I'd like to begin by sharing a beautiful poem with you by the yoga teacher Dana Folds. The poem is called Yoga. Yoga is not about the pose. It's not the alignment of toes or hips or shoulders. It's not about the form. Yoga is an invitation to explore, not a command performance. It speaks the language of the soul. In the flow of breath and motion, yoga coaxes us from the confines of the known across the silent threshold into vastness. Yoga is the union of prayer and movement, guided from inside. It is healing and the joy of saying yes to life. Breathe, relax, and feel the body receive its own truth. The seed of freedom flowers within each of us whenever we are open to what's real. Beginning now to turn your awareness within and taking a moment to check in with yourself, to note what you have brought with you to the mat this morning, and particularly noticing any feelings of tightness, any painful spots, any sore spots, any stiffness, and allowing yourself to soften with each exhalation. You might like to say to yourselves a few times, my face is calm. My mind is calm. My whole body is calm. My face is calm. My mind is calm. My whole body is calm. I invite you now to draw your attention to the belly. You might like to rest the hands over the belly. And for the next minute or so, focus all of your attention on the exhale, allowing the belly area to soften without strain, and letting go of any feeling of tension, any sense of hardness or tightness in the belly. Perhaps a second or two of space after the exhalation before the new incoming breath. In Western society, we are encouraged to harden the belly, tighten the belly. Within yoga, we are looking for soft belly. Soft belly. Allowing the belly to fill with breath. And then gently letting the breath go. Allowing ourselves to take up space. Filling the belly with breath, with awareness, with energy, and then letting it all go. During our practice this morning, we are exploring the idea of softening resistance, responding wisely to resistance, whether it be in our bodies expressed as holding, gripping, tightening, stiffness, or in our minds or our hearts. Resistance may manifest as a reluctance to let go, a tendency towards hardness or harshness, non-acceptance, or a resistance to take action and change. Yet it's important to remember that what we resist persists. So this morning, the invitation is to notice moments when we are closed and resisting, and instead endeavoring to allow ourselves to soften and open to what is, rather than reacting impulsively. We will endeavour to respond consciously and wisely in each moment, continuing to come back to the breath, soften the gaze, and listen to what the resistance is trying to tell us or teach us. In this way, we can hopefully learn to shift out of the space organically. This also requires us to have compassion for ourselves and our human experience. So if you have a bolster underneath you, I'm going to invite you to gently bring the knees together if they're wide apart, and just very carefully roll to one side and push the bolster out from underneath you so that you're lying down flat on the mat, bringing the knees in towards the chest and just gently rocking now from side to side. So I'm going to incorporate this morning the chant of Shantihi, which means peace. And if you don't like working with the Sanskrit chants, you can always use the English phrase instead. So you might repeat the phrase peace to yourself. Otherwise, you can join in with me chanting Shantihi. So let's come back to center. So the knees are in towards the chest. Just feel that the head, neck and spine are in a straight line, tucking the chin towards the chest so the back of the neck is long. And in a moment, we're going to raise the legs up towards the sky, lift the arms up and overhead, and then we'll chant the knees back in. So we're going to work with 5 of these. So let's exhale all breath. And then breathing in, extending the legs up, arms lifting up and overhead. Shanti. So 4 more of these. Inhale. Shanti. Let's keep going. Shanti. Shanti. Last one. Shanti. Let's take a breath or two here. Just lowering the feet down to the mat. We're going to slip the hands underneath the buttocks to give our lower back a little bit of support, bringing the knees into the chest. And we're going to do a little bit of cycling, like we're riding a bike, but we're upside down. So just very slowly making some nice, large movements with your legs. So just bringing a bit of warmth and energy into the legs, the ankles, the knees, the hips, and helping to improve the circulation. Just keeping the chin tucking forward, the skin of the face soft. Allowing the breath to flow. Good, and then reversing. And release. Just release the hands. Cross the legs at the ankles, but keep a hand on each knee and making some little circles on the floor with your lower back. Good, and then come back to center, cross the legs the other way and circling in the opposite direction. Good, and release. Let's stretch the left leg out along the mat and just draw that right knee in towards the chest, interlacing the fingers around or under the knee, pointing the left toes, and as we breathe in, raising that left leg up, flexing the foot, and as we exhale, lowering the leg down. Heel can hover off the floor, and then point the toes, inhale, raise the leg up, flex the foot, and lower. Let's do 3 more of these. And on the last one, we're going to keep the left leg in the air and point and flex the foot. Warming up that ankle, and then some nice slow circles with that foot. And reverse. And then release that left leg down. Inhale, stretch the right leg up, arms lifting up and overhead. And on the exhalation, lowering the leg and the arms down, and then take a breath. Let everything relax. Good. So let's do the same on the other side. Drawing the left knee in, interlacing the fingers around the knee, pointing the right toes, and breathing in. Raise the right leg up, flex the foot, and lower. So again, heel can hover off the floor, and then pointing the toes. Inhale, flex, and exhale. So 3 more of these. And on the last one, we're going to keep that leg in the air and again, point and flex the foot. And making some slow circles with that foot. And reversing. And let's release that right leg down. Inhale, stretch the left leg up, arms lifting up and overhead. And as we exhale, lowering everything down. And again, take a resting breath. All right, a little bit more work with our legs, warming up the major joints. So this one is referred to as half frog. So we're going to imagine we're a frog swimming, but just with one leg moving at a time. So placing the right foot on your left ankle, the arms can just be a comfortable distance away from the body. As we breathe in, we're going to slide this right foot up the left leg as high as we can. Then we stretch that right leg out to the side, flexing the foot, and lower the leg back down. So as we breathe in, we're sliding the foot up the leg, stretching the leg out, and lowering it down, keeping that left leg firmly planted, left foot flexed. So just work with 3 more of these in your own time, relaxing your shoulders, relaxing your arms, your hands, your fingers. Make sure there's no gripping, no tightening in the upper body. Breath flowing. When you finish 5 in all, we'll do the same on the other side. So left foot goes to the right ankle. As we breathe in, we're sliding the left foot up the right leg, stretching the left leg out, and lower. Breathing in, sliding the foot up, stretch the leg out, and lower. 3 more. Finish, bring the arms in, and again, resting breath. All right, let's once again step both feet up close to the buttocks, feet are hip distance apart. Now your arms, we did this last week, those of you who were with me, the arms are a 45-degree angle away from the body with the palms facing down. So we're going to work with bridge, a flowing bridge. In a moment, as we lift up, we're going to allow the arms to turn so that the palms face up towards the sky. And then as we exhale, we lower the spine and the palms turn back down. And again, we'll come back to the chant of Shanti here, if you'd like to join with me. So we'll work with 5 of these, or working with the phrase peace if you prefer. Right, so palms are facing down. Press the lower back into the mat, chin tucking forward. Exhale all breath. And then as we're breathing, we're slowly going to start to lift up. Don't feel you've got to come to your maximum edge the first couple of times. So palms facing up and chanting as we lower back down. Shanti. So 4 more, inhaling. Let's keep going. Shanti. Last one. Shanti. Take a breath. From here, we're going to stretch both legs out along the mat. Arms are going to come out to shoulder height now, palms facing up. We're going to place the right foot on the left thigh. Left hand is going to come to the outer edge of the right knee. We're going to move into a twist. So a deep breath in. And then as we exhale, we're taking that knee across the body, endeavoring to keep the right shoulder in contact with the floor. So either looking straight up towards the sky, or if the neck's feeling okay this morning, we can gently turn the head to look towards the right fingers. So we're holding the twist, trying to soften and release here as much as we can. Let's see if you can lengthen the exhalations, taking the breath right down into the belly, allowing the face to soften. Make sure you're not clenching the teeth. So relaxing the teeth, the tongue, the jaw. Just allowing the breath to flow in. Allowing the breath to flow out. Good, and then gently come back to center. Give that knee a hug and a squeeze. And then stretch that right leg out along the mat. And I like to give the legs a little bit of a shake. Arms out to shoulder height. So now placing the left foot on the right thigh. Right hand to the outer edge of the left knee. Deep breath in. And on the exhalation, carrying that knee across the body. Endeavoring to keep that left shoulder in contact with the floor. And again, choosing to either look straight up towards the sky or turn the head to look towards your left fingers. And breathe. And let's gently come back to center. Give that left knee a hug and a squeeze. And stretch that leg out along the mat. Let's take a deep breath in and sigh the breath away. All right, from here, we're going to take one arm above the head and roll over onto our tummies. And we're going to work with another variation of half frog. So from here, we're going to rest one hand on top of the other, the chin or forehead on your hands. And then we're going to bring this left leg out to the side. So ideally creating a right angle with this left leg. And the rest of the body's in a nice straight line. So seeing if we can now relax the groin, the hip. And breathe down into the belly. So nice deep breaths in, so feeling the belly press down into the earth. And the exhalation, just a gentle drawing back in. See if you can relax and let go a little more with each exhalation. Softening the shoulders, relaxing the upper back. Now from here, we're actually going to move back into a twist, and we're going to be rolling onto our backs. And if you have your bolster or pillow or cushion, you might like to have that for a little bit of support for that left knee. So we're going to be keeping the left leg bent. So feel free to have a look if you're not sure how to work with this transition. So I'm going to just grab my bolster and bring it down here. I'm going to take the right arm above the head, roll over onto the back, but keep that left leg bent. And then I'm going to just place that bolster down so that the left knee can rest on the bolster. The arms can go back out to shoulder height, or we can bring this right hand down to rest on the outer edge of the left knee. So we're back into a twist, trying to broaden the upper back. So see if you can have both shoulder blades down. Softening the face, the forehead, the skull. And again, we're breathing right down into the belly. Relaxing the belly, softening the belly. And then from here, we're going to come back onto our tummies and do the same thing to the other side. So coming back and resting one hand on top of the other. So this time, right knee is moving out to the side. We're creating a nice right angle with that right leg. Rest of the body is in a nice straight line. And seeing if we can soften and relax the right hip, the right groin area, the buttock, and breathe. Feeling the belly fill up with breath, like there's a bowl in the belly, so filling up that bowl with breath. And on the exhalation, just letting the breath go. Belly softens back in. You might also be able to feel the lower back filling up with breath. So it's the whole lower part of the body. The lower back is lifting up towards the sky as we fill that bowl with breath. And then let it all go. Good, and then from here we're going to come back into our twist. So taking the left arm above the head and carefully rolling over onto the back, keeping the right leg bent. So now we need to take our support over to oops, the left side to support that right knee. Perhaps the left hand resting on the outer edge of the right knee. Right arm is out to shoulder height. So seeing if we can broaden the upper back, relax the shoulders, soften the face, the mouth, the forehead, and breathe. Seeing if we can take the breath right down into the belly, softening the belly. And then we're going to come back onto our tummies. Bring the hands alongside the chest, elbows tucked in. And as we inhale, lifting up into a very gentle cobra, Bhujangasana. And then from here, bending the legs. And we're going to come back into supported child pose. So if you have got a bolster or some pillows, you can pop them in between the inner thighs. Doesn't matter if you don't have any support. The arms are forward, and then we're turning the head to one side. Sending the breath now down into the lower back. Again, there's a feeling of expansion and space in the lower back. Front of the body softening into the support of the bolster or the cushions. And then gently turning the head the opposite way. And then we're going to slowly remove that support now. Just pop it to the side behind you. Extending the arms forward. And then on our next inhalation, lifting up into cat. Rounding the back and sinking back into child. So breathing in as we lift up into cat, keep the face soft, rounding the back and sinking into child. So work with your own breath now, breathing in and breathing out. Long, smooth inhalation and long, smooth exhalation. Keep going. Now you're welcome to continue working with cat and child. Those of you who'd like to will start to add down face dog pose. So now we tuck our toes and lift up into dog. And then inhale, coming down onto the knees and moving back into child. Inhaling into cat, perhaps tucking the toes. Exhale, down face dog pose. We'll stay here for a breath this time. And then lowering the knees and into child. Long, smooth inhalation, perhaps tucking the toes. Long, smooth exhalation. Let's stay for 2 breaths now in dog. When it's time, lowering the knees and moving into child. Inhaling cat, tuck the toes, down face dog pose. This time staying for up to 3 breaths. Fingers spread wide, feet at least hip width apart, relaxing your head and your neck. I'd like to blow the breath out through the mouth, helping you to let go, to soften, to relax. When it's time, lowering the knees and into child. Okay, one more. Inhale, cat. Perhaps moving into dog. We'll stay for up to 4 breaths this time. It's time you lower the knees and come into child. Good. Just take a breath here. And inhale, cat. Let's tuck the toes, move into dog. From here, we're going to walk our feet towards our hands. Legs can be bent or straight. Take the arms up behind. Inhale, coming all the way up to stand. And exhale your arms by your side. So let's work with a few rounds of bird. Inhale. Stretching up tall, bend the legs, exhale, legs bent or straight here, arms up behind. Breathing in, take the arms up, you might look up, and arms by your side. You can work with this at your own pace, linking breath and movement together. Exhale. Exhale. Now, the next time we come into the forward fold, we're going to stay there, bring the arms back down to the mat, come back into down face dog pose, lowering the knees down into cat, big toes touch, and exhale into child, making fists with your hands and now resting your forehead on your fist. Let's rest for 2 or 3 breaths here. And then slowly release, and we'll come up to kneel. So either in a low kneel like I am, or you can be in a high kneel if this is better for you. And we're going to go through some kneeling salutes. If you're quite low in energy this morning, feel free to stop at any point. You can come in to support a child or even lie down and you can visualize yourself doing the sequences. Otherwise, I thought we'd try 5 rounds this morning. So let's exhale all breath, nice, tall, straight spine. And then breathing in and breathing out. Inhale, cat. Now we're going to hold dog. Exhale. And if you'd like to join with me, we'll chant Shanti here. So breathing in. Shanti. Lowering the knees down into child. Sliding along the floor, coming through into a low cobra, elbows tucked in, and then pushing back into child. Inhale, come up, and exhale. So let's keep going, breathing in, and breathing out. Inhale, cat, tuck your toes, down face dog pose. So we're holding, inhale. Release into child. Sliding along the floor into cobra, back into child. Inhale, come up. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. tuck your toes, down, face dog pose, inhale. Sliding on the floor. Into dog. And holding. Shanti. Through into cobra. Shanti. Just take a breath or two here, softening the shoulders, soften the face. You might sigh the breath away. Perhaps continuing to hear or feel the chant of Shanti here on the inside. So a stream or river of peace is flowing through your whole being. Particularly moving to those parts of you that feel quite tight or stiff or sore. Let's release the hands. Excuse me. Let's come back on to all fours, bringing the knees together. Hands are under the shoulders. And we're going to work with a lateral stretch, so stretch for the side of the body, a dynamic Parivrasana, our gate pose. So if you're not familiar with this, feel free to watch and then join in. As we breathe in, we're going to turn to the left. And as we do so, we straighten the left leg and extend the left arm up. You can either look straight ahead, or if the neck's okay, look up towards your left thumb. And then as we exhale, we come back to all fours. Inhale, turning to the right, extending the right arm up, looking forward or up. And as we exhale, again, coming back to all fours. So breathing in, we turn to the left. And breathing out returns us to center. Inhale, we turn to the right. And exhale to center. This time we're going to hold, so turning to the left, extend the left arm up. And breathe. If you'd like to take this a little bit further, we can try lifting that left leg up so that it's parallel to the floor. We're flexing the foot, and you might also like to turn that left arm and extend that left arm over your head. Keep breathing. And then carefully lower the left foot, release the left hand back down. Inhale, Let's do the same to the right, extending the right arm up. So if you'd like to, lifting that right foot up, flexing the foot. Careful, it's a bit of a balance this. And then if you'd like to, turning that right arm and extending the right arm over the head. Breathe. Good, and then let's carefully come back to center and release yourself back into child, if you like, making fists with the hands and resting your forehead on your fists. Gently come up. So I thought we'd have a go this morning at supported fish. So if you've got a bolster or pillow, you can pop that across your mat. If you don't, you might, or if that's a bit too high, you might like to get a blanket and roll it up. So it's a little bit lower, or even just a soft pillow that's not quite as high as a bolster. Any issues with your neck, remember to give yourself a bit of support for the back of the head. We need to be really careful with our necks in this position. So the legs are straight, or if you'd like to, you can do a variation of Supta Baddha Konasana, so soles of the feet together once again, knees out wide, and then we want the support to be under the upper back. We want the head resting on some support or the floor, and then your arms might be overhead or on the body or alongside you. If you feel a little bit cold, you might even want to pop a blanket over the top of you. If you wear glasses, you might pop those to one side. I'm going to try and stay here for about 5 minutes this morning, 4 or 5 minutes. But of course, if you find it's too much, if you're feeling quite a bit of pain at any point, you can come out early and just bring the knees into the chest and rock a little bit from side to side. But to begin, once you come into the pose, you might like to say to yourselves a few times, my face is calm, my mind is calm, my whole body is calm, my face is calm, my mind is calm, my whole body is calm. Next few minutes, you might like to just reflect on the idea of emotional resistance, a hardening we might feel in our hearts and our minds towards certain situations or people. In this case, resistance often stems from fear. Fear of our emotions, fear of the unknown, fear of vulnerability, or a reluctance to move deeper and explore some unexamined beliefs. Most of the time we prefer to choose what is safe and comfortable, the familiar, the habitual, the least risky. So we can think of resistance as being like two energies pulling apart from each other within us. The energy that wants us to grow and transform, and the energy that wants us to stay the same and be safe. invite you, if you'd like to call to mind a challenging or difficult situation in your life at the moment. Could be a feeling of anger or frustration or sadness. It might involve a relationship with someone. And ask yourself, what am I being asked to pay attention to here? How does this situation make me feel? So rather than trying to ignore or suppress our worries, our emotions, our feelings, we're trying to provide some space around the situation. And asking, what arises for me emotionally when I think of this person or this situation? And can you begin to soften your attitude, your position? Can you inhale some soft, nourishing breaths? And allow this peaceful energy to percolate through you as you exhale. Can you find some compassion for yourself and this situation? You might ask yourself, am I willing to be here and breathe no matter the outcome? Do I need to let go of something? Can I release something within myself? So just another 30 seconds or so here. Your arms are overhead. I'll invite you to bring them down. Preparing to release from this pose. The safest way is to roll to one side. We're going to gently come up to sit. Just take your time. We're going to work with a counter pose for that back bend. Paschimottanasana, so our full forward bend. You can sit up on some support if you'd like to. You can pop the bolster this morning under your knees, or if you've got cushions, or on top of your legs. I'm going to do it with them under my knees this morning. And we'll work dynamically. We're going to take the arms up and then come forward, chanting Shanti here. We'll do this 3 times. The 3rd time we'll stay in the forward fold for a few extra breaths. So just have your arms down alongside you, nice tall, straight spine. Exhale all breath. And then breathing in. Shanti. And raise the arms up once again. Shanti. This one. Staying in the forward fold, seeing if you can soften a little more, relax a little more, let the shoulders soften. You might sigh the breath out through the mouth. So no sense of strain or force. Letting go of the effort here, just allowing yourself to be in the pose. Stretching the arms all the way up. Bring your palms together. And exhale your hands down to your heart. Bowing your head towards your heart. So we're going to work with a longer Shavasana this morning, a guided relaxation. So feel free now to lie down. You can, if you've got that support under the knees, you might keep it there as you lie down for Shavasana. Make sure that you are really warm, glasses off, arms out to the side, sighing the breath away. And again, let's come back to those words. My face is calm. My mind is calm. My whole body is calm. My face is calm. My mind is calm. My whole body is calm. So before we go into the guided relaxation, I'd like to share with you a bit of a favourite passage from Jack Cornfield. He says, a deeper kind of healing takes place when instead of sending aversion and aggression to wounds and illness, we bring loving kindness. Too often we have met our pain and disease by hating it, hating the whole afflicted area of our body. In mindful healing, we direct a compassionate and loving attention to touch the innermost part of our wounds, and healing occurs. As Oscar Wilde puts it, it's not the perfect, but the imperfect that is in need of our love. So I invite you to imagine now that you are lying in a beautiful healing spot in nature. A place that you know and love, or a place in your imagination. A place that symbolizes great wisdom and love. Picture yourself in this place of great wisdom and begin to call to mind the parts of your body, your heart, or your mind that are in pain, that are weak or stiff or ill. Any areas of your being that are affecting you detrimentally. Gradually let yourself be aware of these wounds you carry that require healing. Continue breathing softly and gently feel whatever arises. Now imagine that a very wise, loving being gently approaches you, kneels down, and bows towards you. Take a moment to picture or imagine or sense who or what they are and see them bow to you. This beautiful being then places the gentlest hand on a part of your body where you are deeply wounded. With their most loving care, let them touch a part of your body that holds pain or illness or grief, a place of sorrow or difficulty or pain. Feel and receive their warmth and tenderness, their care and concern. And let them teach you their healing touch. Let your own attention become like the hand of this wonderful, wise being. Know that no matter how many times you have buried or resisted this pain, no matter how many times you have greeted it with your frustration or hatred, you can finally open to it now. No more resistance. Touch this place of pain or sorrow now with softness and tenderness, and explore what is there. Does it feel warm or cool? Does it feel hard, tight, or soft? Is it vibrating? Is it moving, or is it still? What is the temperature and texture of this pain? What feelings are there to be felt? Does it have a colour? You might ask yourself, have I closed myself off to this pain? Have I rejected it or wished that it would go away? Wished that I didn't have to feel it? Treated it with fear and aversion? Let yourself become aware of all of your feelings with a very loving and receptive heart. Allow yourself to rest in this beautiful, healing place in nature, and allow your healing and compassionate attention to suffuse every part of you. When you are ready, imagine yourself bowing with gratitude to the beautiful, wise being kneeling beside you. And as you prepare to bring your awareness back, acknowledge that you can visit this wise being anytime you like, for this wise being is inside of you. Gently now, bringing your awareness back into your physical space, becoming aware once more of your surroundings, feeling yourself inside your physical body, aware of the breath moving through you. You might like to have a bit of a stretch. Just do what feels good. And then gently rolling to one side. And with no sense of hurry, making your way up to sit. We're going to close our practice this morning chanting Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May there be peace, peace, perfect peace. And we'll work with this 3 times. So you can join in or just listen, bringing the hands together at the heart. So let's exhale all breath. And breathing in. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaste. enjoy the rest of this beautiful day, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Be well and keep that peace flowing within. Bye.